Hey gang, so today's focus is going to be on the idea of doing tricks that go behind the head, like such. Or I guess around the head might be a more appropriate way to label them. Essentially the idea is that you're going to take one end of the staff and bring it back behind your head and neck and bring it back out to the other side of your body. It's actually not that big a shift from some of the stuff that we already know how to do. We're just shifting the placement of one of the ends of the staves, right? More often than not, I see this coming out of kind of playing around with split time opposite flowers like such. And fundamentally what you're looking at doing is getting your thumb end out, and rather than dragging it across your shoulder level like that, you're instead going to bring it back across you. So you're looking to create this frame with your arm where you're reaching your hand above your head and slightly behind it, like so, in order to get the end of the staff back behind your head and shoulder. From the other end, you're essentially just pushing back out and trying to get it to the point where your hand is basically on top of the staff, right? So as you're performing this, you're really looking to have thumb end out, then thumb end down behind your head, then thumb end out to the other side, right? And it can get really, really tricky going from this position right here where you're at the midway and trying to get out, because you inevitably kind of want to keep your palm pointed towards the sky. But as you're finishing up the move, you want to try and rotate your hand around so that your hand winds up on top of the staff in order to complete the move, yeah? So let's talk about some applications of this. The first behind the head move that I think most people wind up learning basically is this right here, a split opposites anti-spin flower, wherein you have both of the staves go behind your head and then cross back out in front of you, right? Again, this isn't so terribly different from what we already know how to do, so let me break it down for you all here. First off, we're going to start with both of our thumb ends pointing in one direction, and we're going to pick one side of the body. I don't care which one it is for you guys, but I'm going to do it to my left side, so over here. So as I'm thinking left side, that means my left hand is going to drop as my right hand goes up, and I'm going to create that frame once again where my right hand is going above my head and my left hand is down at my sides. As I push both of my thumb ends back, I'm going to bring my right hand down above my right shoulder and my left hand up atop my left shoulder. Now, as I'm pushing the two thumb ends forward again, I'm going to bring my left hand up above my head, my right hand goes down to its own native side, and then I push both of my thumbs back out away from me. This is what that looks like from the side. So from here, I'm going to let my left hand drop, my right hand go up, and I'm going to frame my head like that with my right hand and my staff, right? From here, I push both of the thumb ends back. So you can kind of think of this as being your hand is starting from the top of your head, and then you're going to bring it down to about ear level, like so. And then my left hand, which is already at ear level, is going to pop up into that frame, and both thumb ends push back out to the other side. And again, it's kind of just a matter of getting comfortable with it. And repeating it over and over again until it feels more or less natural and automatic, right? We could also take a variant of this where, say, we're playing around in this split opposites place and take each of the top strokes, like so and like so, behind the head, using that first kind of behind the head position that we played with. How that's going to work is with both hands out here, we're going to take the right hand up to take the staff end behind our head, creating that nice little frame we've been talking about, and push both of the thumb ends out to the right hand side. I'm then going to take my left hand staff and bring my left hand up, creating that frame between my hand and my head, and pushing both of the thumb staff ends out to my left. Now, you may be noticing a pattern here, which is that whenever you have a staff that is meant to go behind your head like this, you're usually starting from the non-native side. That is, when my right hand is off to my left hand side, it's the perfect opportunity to bring the staff behind my head and then back out. Well, you can also do it the other way, just as easily. You can bring your, from the right hand, and you can bring your thumb in back behind your head. I personally have a slight preference for doing it this way because there's something about it to me that just feels a little bit more surprising to the audience, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. But yeah, we could just as easily have this whole thing work like this, always coming from the native side, right? The only challenge here is that I find that because from here we're used to having our hands above the staves, you have to rotate whichever hand is going to go over to get your palm underneath the staff. And once that happens, then it can go behind your head and out. So getting your palm underneath it is one of those things that has to happen on either side in order to complete the move. So as you're seeing right here, I've got both of my hands on top of the staff. My right hand is going to rotate so that my palm is pointing towards the sky, and that's what enables me to get the thumb end behind my head. Over here, same deal. As I'm bringing my left hand staff up, rather than doing the normal thing of bringing the pinky end back behind my elbow, I'm bringing it up in front of my elbow. This is a thing we don't normally do, but it's the position that we need to get it into that behind the head kind of placement, yeah? So, there's a lot of variations of this out there, and you'll find that pretty much any kind of anti-spin flower you can play with is going to involve at least some of this, is going to have the potential at least to involve some of this kind of behind the head trickery. So, yeah, go off and explore and have fun with it, and I will be back with another tutorial for you in another 2 weeks. Thanks, and peace. This video was made possible thanks to the kind contributions of these folks right here. In addition, special thanks to Sean, Prisna, Kiro, as well as Andrew Hammond and Ben Reynolds. Thank you guys so much for making these videos possible. If you've enjoyed these videos or learned anything from them, please consider making a contribution at drexfactory.com/support. Help me to keep on making these videos that you love. Thanks.